Hello, 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 hello. Wherever you happen to be on this gratifying planet called Earth, I sincerely hope you're having a kind day, either night, wherever you're located. Welcome to my channel on 3D Topics. In this case, I'm talking about Blender, but my topic is dealing with meshes. Hence, since it's dealing with meshes, all 3D package users are welcome to stay because it's dealing with meshes. I'm talking about hair particles, and I'm sure all the 3D packages have their hair particle system. It's just, just a way of finding it and using it. So every one of them got a different ways of using the particles. But you can still stay and glean ideas that I may have show you on my discovery of hair particles. Now, here's my figure. This is what I'm attempting to make right here. This poodle right here. Oops. Hold on. I have made the poodle, which I will show in a couple minutes. But I discovered in my journey with hair particles, don't do hard stuff first. I learned that in computer programming. When you get a program, make something simple. I'm not going to worry about human hair right now. I'm not going to stress myself out and trying to make hair for my ethnic group, because my ethnic group, we have a lot of different hairstyles. You probably can tell, if you know my voice, what ethnic group I come from. The women and the men, we have a host of different hairstyles, not no one simple hairstyle like some people may have. We have a host. So I said, the thought came to me a couple of days ago, don't tire yourself out. Don't stress yourself out trying to make human hair. Do something simple like this sweet poodle right here. My second dog. I made one dog. That's my second one. I'm going to show you my poodle that I made right here. It's not perfect, because I see I'm still a beginner with the particle system. It's not a perfect poodle, but I'm just a beginner using particles. But I am happy with my fledgling result. It looked close to that poodle, give or take. It's close. The hair looks sort of fluffy like the poodle. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of what I did to get this. So I can hide this. Bring up my naked dog. Now, before you start working with this, usually you will need to go into, because with particles, most of the time, if you're doing something elaborate or sophisticated, you will need to use vertex groups. I can hide this, the ocean. So I can hide that. You will need to use vertex groups. Let me click off. So I highlighted the parts that I want on my little doggy right here. I got what I wanted. Then I click down here on object data. Then you see I hit the plus sign, gave it a name. I called it poodle. Then you have to assign it. But for me, I just can select. Have your particles, then assign it, and zap. You shall have your group. So next, we move on. Okay, so now that we got our vertex group, we can begin. And I'm gonna stress this out. For when you're dealing with the hair particles, it's best to have vertex groups, as I said earlier. And sometimes too, but I didn't do it this time. You don't need to, because the hair particles are really non-destructive. But sometimes, and I've saw people do this, they may have made a copy of this dog like this. What I have here, let me highlight the dog. They may have a copy of a dog. They may have a smaller dog placed inside of that dog, and it will have the hair particles. But from what I've seen, hair Hair particles are non-destructive. You can create them and destroy them on a whim. They don't do anything to your mesh really. All right, so let's go back to object mode. Back in object mode. Now we can create the hair particle. As you know, we can come right down here to the particle tab. That has like on the left is one circle. Then to the right is 3 smaller circles, and they're on an angle. I click on particles. You click the plus, and then we can choose hair. Now, it's something I want to state. Let me get rid of this particle system first. Okay, well, I'll do that. I'm gonna finish on what I'm doing. I can go to my emissions. I'll leave it at 1,000. You could make it 2, but if this is a demonstration for my hair length, I'll make it 2/10. 2/10 of a centimeter, I guess. Nothing has happened. Oh, it's still stuck on 4. Decimal 2. So that's step 1. Then we just keep going down your segments. We don't need to adjust the segment so much because our hair is pretty small. If it was human hair, you may have to jack up to 7, 10, 12, something like that. But the hair is close to the body, so I leave it like it is. Alright, so we come down and go to render. The render as default material. This the only time you don't have to worry about the material because here's why. You know the default material, at least on Blender, is white. This is why we don't have to make a different material. You see my poodle white. So that's the only time you're gonna have to make a material when your dog is white. You're good to go. Don't have to worry about no material. So I keep strolling down. I report the spray, the strands. I could put it where I have for the emissions. What is it up here in the emissions? I'll leave it at 2 because remember I said the hair is close to the body, so I don't have to make no big deal about it. And the amount, see right there, it does control how many amount strand steps. So I have 2. Leave it at 2. So we got the report section out. Children, this is the most important part when it comes to particles. Now I'm not using the render that much. I'm doing everything in the viewport. But when you render it, you don't want to leave it at 1,000. Then go back into emissions. You know, the bigger your number is, the more wear and tear you put on a machine. You take it to 10,000, 100,000, it's a lot of wear and tear on the machine. The children eliminates that wear and tear because it makes a copy of, it makes a copy. Let me give an example. Each one of these hairs get a copy. So if I choose simple, I got 10. So one hair right here. Let me see if I can change my color. And choose, look here. I'll choose the reddish color. Alright. So children, each one of these will give me 10. I get 10 of these right beside it. Right beside it. I get 10 of them. And when it does like that, it's basically something in memory, and it's not putting a lot of wear and tear. I don't want to render engine, so children is a good thing. I like to leave it on simple. Most people like to leave it on interpolated. The reason I like to leave it on simple because it sounds simple. If it's simple, maybe it make the composite, maybe the render will speed up. Yeah, maybe the render will speed up. So I leave it on simple for now. And plus, I'm still new to the hair stuff anyway. I'm still new to it, so I just leave it on simple because for the most part, interpolated, well, it do look a little bit different. Click on simple, interpolated, but you can choose whatever you want. I just leave it on simple for me. The length, we went over that before. And just like with the emissions, it controls the length of your hair. And yeah, look, the emission part is important. Remember when I said it right here? That's important. Because when I come down here, that 1 is based on the default value I gave. So the emission length is important. It starts from there. Now I'll leave it like right here. I could have put it down somewhat more, but I'll leave it at 1. Threshold, and just control how close it is to the hair. Before I go any further, I want to do something else that I discovered too. Let me see if I got my little area over here. This right here. I'm gonna set it back. I'm gonna click on this. Before you start working with the particles, it's best to make this little sample area I got right here. Here's the reason why. When I go back to my dog, I don't see what's happening much because there's 1,000 of them, 10,000 of them. But when I come to my little sample area right here, I might just have 10. Let me start from the beginning. I'm gonna put a new there. Put a new one here. See, it's 1,000. I'm just gonna jump down here. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna go back to children. Let me go back to this is my sample. I'm just gonna put it at 10. That's what I did earlier. I'm just gonna put it at 10. Hit enter, and there, 10. And I'm going to render. I think I had it as yellow or white. There. I can get rid of that background right there. I don't need that for much anymore. There. So whenever that's important, and you're gonna see, I'm gonna give a demonstration. I'm not gonna go far into it. But I'm gonna give you a sample. I'm gonna give a sample. Whenever you're dealing with the hair, make that little test area. I'm gonna be giving back to that soon. Let me go back to my little doggy, my little poodle. So I'm back to my poodle. Click on it. I did render. I did report the spray. I did children. Now I'm going to come down here and choose density or vertex groups. You can choose, well, it's only poodle. But I discovered you can choose length also. You can either choose density or length. You see with the length, it makes the length varies. I'm going to make a video on that, the vertex groups. If I go back to density, everything, as you can see, everything is the same length. I go to length. The length is different. I like that. Nobody ever do that. So I'm going to leave it right there on length. All right, so we got that. Now, we go back to the main meat and potatoes of shaping your hair is right up here in the children's section. Now, this one I need now. I can leave my little doggy. I may even give it to my poodle right here. I'm going to move this one right beside the dog, right close to, so I don't even have to move far. My little sample area. So I said, whenever you make that stuff, your hair, make that sample thing. It'll give you an idea what's going on. So, I go back to the children's section. Now, I'm not going to go deep in it because we'll be here forever. I want to put it back on. Simple. And you see right here, here's my I did a little demonstration earlier when I used the annotate tool. If I put this to 1, there's my, 0, there's my original particles, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's my 10 right up in the emissions. Now if I want to have children, I can increase it. Watch, it's going to be right beside the strand. Each of them going to get 1 right beside it. See, each of them got 1, 2, 3. I leave it at 4. So it's 4 beside the main strand. I'm going to put it back to 0. See, here's my main strands right here. My main strand right here. And you want to see the children pop right up beside it. You see that? Children pop right up beside it. I'll put it at 4. Okay, so we got that out the way. Alright, so display it, the render amount, that's for the renderer. So when you right here it made it fluffy to report, but if I render it, it would be even more intense because it would be 100. Now went over the length right here. See, there's the length. Like I said, I could do this on my actual one. Let me click on my poodle. Let me click on my length of the poodle. Well, my length of the poodle. There it is right there. You see it's making a slight adjustments. That's my length. I'll put it back to what I had it before. Alright, let me click on my little sample area. Threshold. Now we're going to see. first I'm gonna use threshold on my little poodle. Let's see if it does anything. You see, it's right. You can't tell. That's why we need the sample area, and usually you gotta zoom into the sample area too to see something. Now I'm gonna use threshold on my sample area, and you see that? You saw the hair length change. That's the threshold, and they have different values too. 0, my normal default length, which is 2/10 of a meter. I increase my threshold slightly, and you see that some of them got different lengths of hair. So you can use that too if you want to have your artifact have different lengths of hair. But I don't think it's real random because when it does it, see the different length is still exact, so it's not like real hair. The threshold length has an exact number, so I'll put it back to this. And like I said before, the reason this little area is needed because when I did the threshold over here on my actual mesh, I don't see nothing happening much. This little demonstration area is huge, huge, to let you know what's going on. The seed value does control the location of the particles, but it's still gonna be 10 or whatever I have up there, plus the children. All right, the size is working. It's making slight adjustment to the size. Oh, I see what the size did. Let me put it back to 0. You see all of them got the same length, basically. Now, it don't look like it's in 3D space, but they all are the same length. When I choose that size, it's slightly, well, I don't see nothing. I think it's the size of your hair, maybe, but I don't know. It's not doing much. Random size. Oh, size control your thickness of your hair, and you know hair only gonna be so much thick, so it ain't gonna be like it's fat. You ain't gonna make it fat. I make put it on the 10. Let's see what happens. Nothing. It controls your thickness over there. Really, that's your size. And random size, random thickness. The radius, that's an important part. We're gonna see what radius does. It's the spread of your hair. Watch. Click on radius. You see that? My hair is getting spread out more. So if you want to have your hair spread out more, you use the radius. And let me come back to my little doggy over here. Let me do the view on it. I just can move over because it's close. I don't gotta do nothing special. Let me use radius on my dog. You're gonna see how the hair is spread apart. You see that? So radius, that's making it spread all apart. It's good for animation if you want to make an animation. If you want to make a person lose their hair out of their head, that's jump out their head. That's what radius does. I can take it all the way back, and that's my default 1000. When it's at 2/10 of a meter, or 2/100 of a meter, that is. It puts you back to the default hair. Then it start adding more, and etc. etc. I'll put it back to where it was, if I can. Yeah, I guess that was it right there. All right, let's go back to the demonstration. I'm only going to do a couple more. Then I'm just going to jump right into it because I don't want to hold nobody forever. I did round this. It just the roundness of the tip. You probably can't see it. We got to zoom in massively. The tips have certain roundness. From what I heard in my research, the tip can be either like a point, a rectangle, a square, or oval. But that's something. It don't matter. I can't see it anyway. See, you get my point? Oh, wait. Let me go back to my main thing. I clicked on this. Roundness. Yeah. If you can see it, it is slight adjustments of the size. So if you want to make the slight adjustment slight, you can use roundness. Because like I said, it's controlling the tips of it. As you can see what roundness is doing. And it gives it roundness gives it even more variability of hair length. Okay, so the next part I may conclude it here is clumping. Oh, bad. Yeah, clumping. Clumping, basically, let me exaggerate, is this. You see up here, you see the tips coming together. When it's negative, they all congregate right at the tips. All, even the children. So wait, hold up. Because remember, this is the children's section. So when clumping is negative, -1, the children meet at the base point. If it's +1, it will clump right down here. Watch this. I'll put up a square right here. If it's 1, it's going to clump at this point where the rectangle is. So let me take it to 1. You see that? And it don't clump exactly, but it's meeting there. But it definitely will clump when it's negative at the vertex. For the tips, it won't clump, but it just meet it, but it won't close completely. Alright, so we got clumping out the way. So I'm almost done. Then I'm gonna go right to the meat and heart of this, and I end my little video. Because we can talk about this stuff forever. So I did clumping. Here's your shape, like using my sample area. Shape. Oh, see, that's even more extreme. It controls the closeness, or like I said, it angles the hair. Shape angles the hair. And it puts it at that, you see that little tip right there. That's what shape does. So, see, it basically angled the hair. Or it's the opposite of clump somewhat. Clumps make it like that. There's the clump. But the hair is not moving much. Only the tip's moving. When I go to shape, the whole, well, only the top moving. So you got the idea for clump. And that twist, you're going to like this too. Because all these hairs are straight. No hair, whether it's hair from Europe, hair from Asia, hair from Africa, they are never straight like the hair on here. This hair right here is completely straight. No human hair or animal hair is like this. With all the other effects I did, but the hair was still always straight. Twist will take care of that. So twist will give it some randomness to it. See, let's look at twist. You see that? You see what twisting doing? Twist will do that and give it some variability. It makes it more natural. So let me kick on my little doggy over here. Let me use twist on it. On my little doggy. I'll use twist on that. You see that? But on my Dirks so many, it looks more chaotic. I'm saying it looks more chaotic. More chaotic. But it did work on it. Alright, so. And then if you want to use, it's a curve for the twist if you want to use it. I don't use it that much. I know what it does. I mean, with this curve, you have greater level. You can give your twist more variability. You see it's twisting slightly now. If I go up, make more change, I do like that. I'm basically with the curve. I'm basically creating my own twist. Okay, so I'm gonna take it off that. So we're done with the clump section. And then so I'm gonna let you try roughness. I want to go to kink. As I said in my other videos, kink is the section that you will love. You're gonna love kink. Watch. Spiral. You see that? Now it looks like that because I didn't give it a whole lot of segment length. If I go, I can do the same thing to my little doggy. I can go to kink, choose spiral. It looks chaotic. I'm gonna put it back on. Nothing. I come back over here. I chose spiral. I'm gonna choose braid. Let me go to my see braid give it, see, look, that's why I said you don't like this, because with this section you don't have to worry about the clump and all that. It takes care of a lot of that stuff for you. The kink section takes a lot of that for you, and then you can come down here and change the amplitude. You see how I did right there? the clumpiness. You can change the flatness of the hair. You can mess with the frequency. You see the frequency? We see what it's doing and its shape. Alright, but I'm just going to conclude the video. For my little poodle over here, the one I chose was curve or curl. That. Look at my poodle. Let me click on curl. Now, I'm going to choose curl. And that's what I did. And to make it look more presentable, I went right up here to particle edit. I chose the cut tool. You see what it did to it? It got hair everywhere. I just choose the cut tool, hit F to control the size of my regional circle, and you can cut what you want to cut out of here. Let me just give an example. I cut what I want. I don't want there. I don't want nothing over here. I want to cut the stuff off the top of the legs. I want stuff in the hair. I did that. I want to cut everything off here. Turn around. Cut this stuff off up here. We're going to see how it looks. I can cut stuff off at this neck right here. And all up in here. Cut it. Just cut it. And the cut tool is going to be one of the tools that you use the most out of all of them. You will use this cut tool. Because you're going to be removing a lot of hair. I can get rid of all the stuff back here. All of it. And we're going to see how it looks now. And I can get rid of my stuff. I don't need this anymore. Right there. I can cut rid of some of this hair down here. Let's go back to object mode. You see it's coming along. So, I'm going to conclude the video there because this is part 2 in my series. Part 1 I did a lot more. But you see, I'm starting to love this, the hair tool. Okay, let me go back to this. One more thing I can do. I can reduce my amplitude. See, my amplitude is high. I can reduce that. I can bring it up a little bit. It's negative. Bring it up a little. Like that. It's still got some hair up in here. Let me see if I can get rid of that hair. Before I go, I want to make it look as close to the poodle as I can. Okay, it's not much. But the children, that probably was doing it too. I don't know. Let me go back to my part. Object mode. Let me check my children up here. Alright, I got it at 10. What happened if I reduce it to 5 or something? See? And that's, oh, but it's still got that ugly little section up here. So I'm going to go back to particle edit. I'm going to cut out some of this stuff right here. Let's cut it. Oh, some hair up in here. Let's go back here again. Let's see how it look. Okay, that look. Oh, is it hair underneath of it? Because it's like it's hair right underneath of it. I'm going to leave it like that. Go back to particle mode. Yeah, I see some hair right here. So that's why it looks so ugly. And some hair in here. And hair right here. I'm going to get rid of that. Alright, so that's it, people. You got an idea of my little poodle. Thank you for stopping by. Like I said, to the new beginner people, keep pushing forward. To the new beginners right now, you can practice along with me in this hair. You see what I've done? I've done something that I ain't seen no video do this. Most videos on hair, they always did them for human. It takes a while to master a human. The idea came to me and say, leave that human hair alone. Mess with dogs. Mess with cats. And when you become skilled at putting hair on your dog and your cat, then you'll be ready for humans. So keep pushing. Keep striving. Have an open mind, people. Till next time, Blended Family, 3D Family, peace.